Hello friends, this is astrology forecast for the year 2020 for the sign Sagittarius. You most probably know that the year 2020 is a very specific year, very deep, very transformative year. There are many planets in the sign of Capricorn. And I talked about that in my previous videos, so let me mention some of them that you can see them. Those videos are Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, lunar nodes and eclipses on the Capricorn-Cancer axis, and there are also two videos about the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. If you have been following the videos, then by now maybe already know where are all of those planets for your sign, for Sagittarius sign. They are in the second astrological house, and now we will explain what that means. So this what we are going to talk about is valid for those who have ascendant in Sagittarius, then also for those who have Sun in Sagittarius, and to a certain degree also for those who have Moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius people, as all of others, are mainly solving the same issues in the 2020 as they were doing during the year 2019, with the difference that now the planet Jupiter is entering the same field, the same area of life, which is changing everything for better. Jupiter is our guru, and Jupiter brings knowledge direct from God, from universe, and that is what is helping us to solve certain situation or to understand it and to change it. Let me please remind you that astrology can help us to better understand ourselves, to work with inner dispositions, to enlighten our life path. But how we will really react to certain transits depends on that how conscious we are, or let's say on which level of spirituality we are. So very conscious and very spiritual people don't feel transits that strong. So the stellium of planets, which are Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter, also the south node Ketu, are in Sagittarius. And they are in a certain area of life symbolized here by Capricorn. And this area of life is the area of work, of personal values, of salary. This is the place where we see how you value your job or your talents, your time or your energy that you are putting into something that you are doing in order to get money, for example. But this is also the place where we see what do you value. Do you value family or fine aesthetic objects or money or food? What is the highest value? This is what we also see there. And Pluto and Saturn made life difficult in this area for Sagittarius for the past 2 years because they had to be humble and work hard, which is not exactly their style. You know, it could also be that it had opposite effect. Those transits wanted from Sagittarius people to work hard and to resist hard situation in order to achieve something. But there are Sagittarius who said, no, I'm not going to be humble, and they maybe took a lot from others or from life, and that's really not the best approach because later on they will have to somehow pay for this. Okay, when now Jupiter appears into this area of life, it will be much clearer what matters to Sagittarius people. Is it important to work for money, or it is important to do things that are really meaningful for them? And they will also need to make it clear if they don't have money but they're satisfied with their work, that can be perhaps quite acceptable. You know, perhaps they were trying to do better things for money before and it was too hard for them. So they will maybe now go back to old Sagittarius style in a way, never completely going back, of course, and thinking of that what really matters, what really makes sense. So, yes, Sagittarius are also dealing with that inside, maybe. Do others appreciate that, what they do, you know? because others are here important as they're expecting from others to give them energy, money, or something else. We will talk more about that. So Jupiter and Pluto are now in the year 2020 making conjunction in the second astrological house. And that's why the 2020 is crucial year for Sagittarius when we speak about their money, values, and talents. They will see how much they can get, earn, attract, or discover in themselves. Depends which type of Sagittarius one is. So these conjunctions add material or moral, bring material or moral wealth, depends what do you need, or fantastic talents, or exploration of new talents. So it is the question which type of Sagittarius you are. In any case, it is a unique and very powerful transit that potentially can bring to many of you new knowledge, new discoveries. Some Sagittarius people who want to be on the top of society, to know rich and influential people, they will reach them, and maybe those people will, in a way, recognize their talents and give them money or support, maybe some will make money and some will just make clear things about their own values, and that will be fantastic. That can even lead into some deep inner transformation. Uranus is quite interesting. It's in Taurus sign, and Uranus impacts working place for Sagittarius. Maybe some Sagittarius even don't have a working place with Uranus there. They're moving, traveling, and working in airplanes. That's for many of them. If you feel some insecurity there, and maybe you will feel it for a few years more, then maybe try to make some security in another area of life. For example, try to have a healthy rhythm of life at home. Pay attention to your food. Create some habits that will hold you on, So in that case, you will not be that nervous through your work, and you will resist maybe the pressure of co-workers. Or any insecurity that you have through your working place can now be changed if you change your habits. Maybe you can even be involved in some alternative healing with this. To study that, to help others, or maybe to receive help from others. Eclipses are showing the same trend in the year 2020. So North Node is still in the 8th house, and this makes Sagittarius to receive energy from others, or money, or some funds from others. The Sagittarius are expecting to get money from others. And they're actually learning how to exchange energy with others. This position can bring many Sagittarius in the position to study secret sciences that are actually sciences about energy, as it is, for example, astrology or some methods of healing, and things like that. Neptune brings some confusion to many people, and to Sagittarius perhaps also. Maybe it's even bringing some false hopes and something like that. But Neptune is fantastic in the 2020 as it is making three sextiles, as Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter and Neptune make sextiles. This can be a year where Sagittarius people will be encouraged to reach something higher. Religious Sagittarius have fantastic period in their time. It's very important for their spiritual growth. But some others who are not spiritual can clarify their ideas about it, how much they want to make, how much money they want to make, which business they want to develop, which values they have, and so on. They will also better understand their members of the family. Many will feel with these three sextiles that they can realize their long-standing expectations, and that's fantastic, really. But it's interesting that nodes are moving to Gemini and Sagittarius axis at the end of the year 2020 and will be there next year, 21. And this says that Sagittarius and Gemini people will finish one 18-year cycle and start new one. Those 18-year cycles are cycles of spiritual growth. So in order to grow, Sagittarius will have to, at the end of the year 2020 and next year, 21, will have to give up of something what they were doing until now. So there are many personal changes, professional and spiritual growth is here. With nodes on our axis, many people divorce, marry, relocate, change career. Those things can happen, manifested in reality. So you will see what will come, By the end of the year, you can start preparing for this. Mars is retrograde in Aries during the 2020. Maybe from September to November, maybe can block some investments for Sagittarius. Doesn't matter, just wait for this period to go. And in case that many Sagittarius spend too much energy on their children, they should reconsider if they're going to do that or not next year. And with this, they should be only careful about that, not to push their kids too much. Don't expect of them, don't be too, maybe, don't put your will into them too much, especially not in the autumn of 2020. Chiron is also in the same area of life, and it is helping Sagittarius people to better understand their children, maybe to be more creative, to heal their heart chakra. So if they were hurt in love, maybe this is now the time when they're healing it. It will be next year also. And actually, Chiron in the 50s, reminding Sagittarius that healthy ego is a healthy thing. So don't worry about your ego, actually heal it in the best possible way. Mercury will be retrograde 3 times in the year. And it mainly affects Sagittarius people in February and March. It will be retrograde in Pisces. And if you wish to sell some real estate, it can be good time for that, for example. So that's all basically about Sagittarius that I wanted to tell you in this short video. If you want to order personal consultations, no problem. Just check my website, symbolicthinking.net. You will see which types of consultancy I offer in English. I also have a course of astrology for beginners. It's an online course. Check that, and if you want to study with me, you can definitely do it. It's very easy to study astrology with that course. And you can also order from me Thetahealing. This is some sort of a healing with this is a method of energetically spiritual healing. Also, you can order Feng Shui analysis from me and different type of astrology consultations. But please just note that I'm not dealing with classical astrology and I do not predict. That what I am doing with is astrological psychology and spiritual astrology. So when I work with my clients, I help them to understand their inner potential, inner energies and patterns. And we are looking for the meaning of everything that is happening, and we analyze how what is happening will influence, for example, their future growth and things like that. So if you like the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I will be very thankful for that. And until next time, I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you to make all of your dreams true.